Picture this. After months of dwelling on it, you finally decide to join your local gym. You're super excited and you head to the gym for the first time. You walk in and see all this unfamiliar equipment because you've never been to the gym. And you decide to start your workout by trying to lift 30-kilo weights. You try to lift them, but there's just no way. You can't. They're simply too heavy. And that's when you realize you need to start with much lighter weights and build your way up. And you need to do it consistently. For example, by hitting the gym at least 3 times a week. This is exactly the same with languages. You need to start from the basics. Build your way up through different levels, but most importantly, practice consistently. Now, practicing a language doesn't have to be boring. You don't have to sit with boring textbooks for hours on end. In fact, research has actually shown that practicing even for only 15 minutes a day can make an impact. This shows how important it is to prioritize being consistent rather than doing super long sessions sporadically. In this video, I'll show you 6 things you can actually do to practice your English every day for just 15 minutes. And by practicing your English, I don't only mean getting your grammar right, but also learning new words and acquiring a British accent. But before we dive in, hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm a TESOL certified tutor with more than 4 years experience teaching students from all around the world. I was born and raised in a town just outside London, and today I will teach you 6 ways in which you can practice your English in just 15 minutes. So let's get started. Number 1, learn 5 new words in context. This one is great for building vocabulary. You can, for example, pick a newspaper article. I would recommend choosing one from The Independent or The Guardian, as these are British newspapers and are more likely to use British English. If you're struggling with the language in either of those, I also recommend BBC News, as their articles tend to use simpler language and sentence structure. After you've chosen the article, read it through and select 5 words that are new to you. Look up their definitions and then write an example sentence for each word so that you practice it in context. If you're not a big fan of reading, you can also watch a video, such as a TED Talk, and do the same. If you try this tip out, write in the comments the 5 new words you've learnt. You can also write the sentences you've created, and I can help you check if you've used the words correctly. Number 2, shadow a native speaker for 2 to 3 minutes. This one is excellent for improving your accent. You can, for example, watch a short video or listen to a podcast where a native British speaker is talking and try to repeat and imitate what they say. You can even try it with this video right now. This will help you improve your accent, tone, and pronunciation. Another tip in this category is to watch British TV shows. A great one, for example, is The Crown on Netflix. This show is based on the British royal family's history, and the prevalent accent is what we would call posh. It's a great show to watch to learn more about a social and cultural aspect of the United Kingdom and to practice a posh accent. However, if you would like to explore more accents within the UK, you could try Peaky Blinders, where you'll mostly hear what we call a Brummie accent, meaning the accent from Birmingham. If you want to hear a Scottish accent, you could watch Outlander. Here, you'll hear a mix of English and Scottish accents. And even though the show has elements of fantasy, it does talk a lot about Scottish history. So it's definitely worth watching to learn more about British history and regional accents. Number 3, record yourself reading aloud. This is another great activity for improving your accent and pronunciation. If you go back to the newspaper article you chose, try reading it aloud while recording yourself. Then listen back and see which words or phrases could use improvement. Once you've identified them, practice those more frequently and you'll start to see progress. You don't necessarily have to read a newspaper article. You could also read a page from your favorite book or any text that interests you. Number 4, use the word family method. This method is a powerful vocabulary building strategy, and it helps you understand how words transform across different forms and functions. It's especially helpful for improving both writing fluency and reading comprehension. But how does it work exactly? All you have to do is choose a root word, like help, create, or teach. Then list all the different forms you can think of. You can also use a dictionary or an online tool to find more. For example, if you pick the word teach, your list might include teacher, teaching, and taught. This is a fantastic way to build a strong vocabulary base. Number 5, identify verb tenses in a text. This one's great for grammar. Go back to the article or text you've chosen, read it through, and underline all the verbs. Then try to identify which tense each verb is in. This is a brilliant way to revise or learn different tenses. It's also a great way to understand the context in which they're used. Again, you don't have to use a newspaper article. You can choose a page from your favorite book or any other text you enjoy. Number 6, join an online pre-recorded course. Unlike the other tips, this one isn't necessarily free, but it's one of the best ways to practice grammar, vocabulary, and speaking skills all at once. By joining an online course, like the one I offer, you can watch videos featuring a native British speaker, where grammar, vocabulary, and speaking skills are covered in detail. You'll also get to complete quizzes and exercises to reinforce what you've learnt, and to practice using it in the context. And because the videos are pre-recorded, you can watch them whenever you want for however long you like, even just 15 minutes. As we've seen, even that small amount of time can make a big difference in your language progress. So those were 6 tips you can follow to practice your English every day for just 15 minutes. If you stick to them, you'll definitely notice an improvement in both your fluency and confidence. Of course, by watching my videos, you're already practicing listening and comprehension skills, which is a fantastic step towards fluency. You can even apply tip number 2 by pausing my videos and repeating what I say, imitating my accent and pronunciation. And if you're interested in my A1 to A2 course to improve grammar, vocabulary, and accent, visit the link in the description. Also, make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram for some quick tips. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.